In this ever-changing world, many technologies took birth, but some of them remain to be the leading ones. The one that escalated the banking transactions through the usage of cryptocurrencies, secured the way of transactions is the blockchain technology. Blockchain is the future. But what is it? How it can improve our lives? How secure is it for banking transactions? Let's know that in this video. Hello everyone, welcome to FactSpace. For more useful information, subscribe to FactSpace and click the bell
so you don't miss upcoming amazing stuff waiting for you.
Blockchain is not a tough concept to understand, but pay attention because there is more interesting stuff in it than you think. In the name, the whole process is there. Blockchain.
Will blocks be in the form of a chain?
Yes, data is stored in the form of blocks and are connected to each other. This connection will be in the form of a chain, so it is called a blockchain. Simply, a blockchain is a database.
Database? What is it?
A database is an organized collection of data. For example, let's take our mobile phone. It is also a database. It collects the information you want, saves them accordingly and stores it. You can access it at any time. If you see your contacts list, you can easily understand it. Numbers are arranged in alphabetical order and you can search the name you want. In terms of DBMS database management system, the search you do is called a query. If the same data is stored on a large scale, then we use query language like SQL to search the data. So in the same way, a blockchain is a database. Data that is newly generated every time will be added in the form of blocks.
Okay, but how many blocks will be added for a whole process? It takes so much memory then. How can the database handle so many blocks?
If you take online shopping, the whole transactions, your cart settings and other things are stored as blocks. Don't worry about the memory. It will be sufficient. But in the Bitcoin blockchain it is different again. Let's see what is a Bitcoin later. The blocks which are stored are given a code. That is a hash. A hash is simply a code that computers can understand and use them to find a certain block. Hashes are calculated by converting the data we have given to a hash code that we can't know. Blockchain uses the SHA-256 algorithm to convert data to hash. One change in the letter or number changes the whole hash. That's the reason this mathematical concept of the hash function is used in the blockchain. Every transaction that takes place will have a new hash. Let's see how our Chris name will be in the hash. Oh, see, it is a 256-bit hash code. Hey Chris, this is your name.
Boss, I can understand that. But can you understand?
Sorry Chris, I'm not so smart as you. This makes the blockchain a secure way for banking transactions. But you have to know one thing. The blocks that are added are publicly visible to everyone who uses the database. If you see the Bitcoin blockchain, the time, place and the persons involved in the addition of blocks are visible to you, but not their personal information. A copy of this database will be present on every system that handles the blockchain transactions. Whenever you change anything in the database you handle, the other databases are also changed. This is called a distributed database. A centralized database is one that is at a particular place like our Google's data center. But the distributed database won't have a particular place and will be on every system which uses the database.
Can I change the blocks that are added once?
Dear Chris, you can't, because each block has its own hash code and there is a process behind the addition of blocks. A system must solve the tough mathematical problems in order to add blocks. A target value is set and the system must perform hash functions and generate code which is lower than the target value. This process is called mining and the systems are called miners. Each new block must be approved by the other users and every new block waits for their chance to be accepted. That's why it takes time for adding a block.
Is it secure then? You are saying that every user must approve. But what if one user is a hacker and wants to change the added block?
Good question, Chris. A block that is added contains the hash code similar to the previous one, but not completely similar. If a hacker wants to change a block which has a transaction in it, and if he wants to change the block by increasing the money you have to pay, then the hash code also changes. He must change other blocks after it to stabilize the chain. But it is quite impossible because the blocks which will be in rows are connected to the previous ones. Then he must change the entire database, which will be impossible. so the privacy concerns related to the blockchain database are restricted. There is a policy called proof of work. If I slap you, you will burst out. Your smiling face becomes red. In courts, nothing is believed without any proof. My action has no proof. So, I didn't beat you will be the final judgment. If you record in a camera when I slap, then it becomes proof. In the same way, the systems that solve huge mathematical problems must abide by the proof of work. Every block has the name of the system that added it, so nobody can escape from that. This is the main advantage of the blockchain. Any work that's done has its proof. So, fear that hackers would do anything to your account is silly. The computational power of the system required to change that many blocks is more.
Okay, boss. I understood that blockchain is a database.
Yes.
But you have told about Bitcoin blockchain. What is it?
Okay, Chris, I will explain. We have different currencies in different countries. Rupees, dollars, euros, yuan, etc. are different currencies we know. One country's currency is not accepted in another one. To avoid this, digital currencies occurred. Bitcoin is one of them and it is the popular cryptocurrency in the world. There is no limitation to this. You can send bitcoins to a person in America and receive them. But the value of Bitcoin depends on that country. At present, the value of Bitcoin is 6,93,754 rupees. But it can change at any time. On 3rd January 2009, a person brought a code for the digital currency. He explained how to use it, its advantages, and named it Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto was the pseudonym used to refer to that person, but the truth is still unknown. The first application of the blockchain technology that was invented in 1991 is the Bitcoin.
Boss, are there any cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin?
Yeah. Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Tether, XRP, and other cryptocurrencies are available in the market. The main reason for the emergence of this many cryptocurrencies is that the source code Satoshi introduced was open sourced. So any company, even you, can modify it according to your requirements. It led to the development of many digital currencies for the individual companies. For example, if you start a company, you can create your own cryptocurrency for the transactions in your company. The customers must have an account in your company and the transactions become way easier and secured. We have seen that memory will be sufficient for adding more number of blocks. But in the Bitcoin blockchain, the block size is 1 megabyte. It takes the whole transaction in it and generates a special hash code which is a combined result of every step that took place. It takes a minimum of 10 minutes for the creation of a Bitcoin block.
Oh god, a lot of information.
Yes, but still there is more to know.
Boss, I love blockchain technology. Now you can pay my salary using Bitcoin.
What? Do you need salary? I'm the person working. Why do you need salary?
For listening to it.
Chris, you are joking, right?
No boss, I want my salary.
Okay, go now. Let's see that later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely. This is a series of blockchain and in the next video, you can know how Bitcoin transactions happen and how the accounts are secured from black hats. Stay tuned to FactSpace so you don't miss them.
Also remember to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss upcoming amazing stuff waiting for you.
Hey Chris, who told you to interrupt?
Just a small help, boss.
Okay folks, see you soon.